don't forget to click that subscribe and bell icon to receive a notification each time I upload a new video. So a certain somebody was icky sick in the night, weren't you? Yeah. In the middle of the night decided it was got too warm, so he got up and threw up all over the bedroom carpet, which was lovely. So somebody had to get out of bed and clean it all up.
Take him out for
and then take him out just to make sure he was okay. Well, he went out, had a wee, and then came back in again and had a biggest drink of water ever, didn't you? Yeah, didn't you? Far too distracted because there's food on the go. Too distracted. Oh, look at the horrible strobing with them lights. Right, we have one out. We have an LED that's gone faulty. So we're going to have to just move around this side. So it has to be replaced. So we've got some new ones. Show everybody your t-shirt first.
You look hard for the bunny, but you never sleep at night.
So just be very, very careful because might be an idea if you to actually turn the lights off.
Right, don't worry about it. It's LED.
No, I think we need to turn it off.
It's only 12 volt. Just have to be careful because the shades
A glass.
are glass and they weren't cheap.
It looks like you've got a halo behind your head at the moment.
I have.
Oh,
I am saintly.
So a new barn star. I would. Would you? Good grief. You turning it off?
Yeah. You don't fit the wrong fittings at the end.
It's a G9. It should fit. They're not tight.
Oh, they're not?
No.
Oh, fair enough.
I just hope they're the same.
We'll soon find out, won't we?
I did buy warm white as opposed to cool white. There we go.
Please don't look at the dust if there's any dust.
Well, you've just cleaned, so there
I haven't
shouldn't
done the light fitting.
be. You failing in your duty.
Oh, perfect.
Ta-da! It's strange, you know. They're all strobing apart from that one.
Because it's a new one.
So there you go. All done.
We know how to live, don't we?
We do. So, Ian and I have felt not quite well the last couple of days. So just to be on the safe side, we've got some lateral flow tests. Right, so you've just done yours.
I've done mine and mine's there, and I've got one little red line, which is fine.
On the C.
On the C.
Okie dokie. So I'm just waiting.
As long as you don't get two lines.
I'm just waiting for mine to go now. So
the C is the control line.
oh, is it?
And the
right,
T
so
is
mine's
the test
mine's
line.
just still going up. Okay, so mine's pretty much up there now, and shows a line on.
And I'm having twins.
Yeah, it's not a pregnancy test. Okay. Yeah, so mine shows a line on the C, which shows a negative result. So we're both fine, thank goodness. It will just both feel terrible. That's obviously all it is. So it's obviously something else, which is a blessing.
Poor doggy. Poor doggy's having to sleep with his head down the stairs.
Oh.
He's waiting so I can't get past him.
Are you trapped?
I'm trapped.
Oh, it's too cold to have that blower on. Oh. So, been doing a bit of tidy up in my art room, craft room, whatever you want to call it. And I've done an inventory of my paintbrushes, and I've discovered, well, it's my own fault really, that a lot of my paintbrushes are now beyond the best. That's mainly because I don't wash them straight after I've used them. I drop them in water and then forget about them for 2 or 3 days. And obviously if the wooden handled ones, all the water gets in under the paint and they start flaking off and all that kind of malarkey. But they also get a bit snotty, and anyway, they just get a bit disgusting after a while. So it is my own fault. I know it's my own fault, and I hold my hand up to it, but it does mean that I have to do a bit of a cull and a bit of a replace every so often, which is what I'm doing today. So I'm going to go down to a store which is only about 5-6 minutes drive away, called The Range, which has an art and craft section, which I've been to quite a few times and shown you quite a few times, and they normally have some Royal and Langnickel ones in, which are fairly inexpensive. You can get like a set of 5 decent paintbrushes, all synthetic hair and that kind of stuff. There's no real hair, for 7 or 8 quid, which isn't a lot. But the reason I like them is because they're short handled, which is why I don't use the Dina Wakley paintbrushes very often, because they're long handled. The ones that I've got anyway are long handled, and while I'm filming, the camera tries to focus on the paintbrush handle rather than on the page. So it's best to use short handled paintbrushes, and they do sell them, so that's the reason why I'm going down there today. And on the way back I'm just going to stop off and grab some groceries, because we're running out of a few things, particularly Mr. Bentley food. So swear I'm going now. So, as you could tell from the footage there, when I got into the store and had a look around, there was a big gap on the shelves where all the paintbrushes were. They virtually had none at all. So I had to go and ask one of the assistants, who very, very kindly went into the back to have a look to see if they'd had any more stock in. And then she came out with these. So luckily I was able to get a couple of sets. And they're just the Royal Langnickel Golden Tacklon 3-piece ones. There's a 1/2 inch, a 3/4 inch and a 1 inch, which are perfect because they've also got short handles, so that when I'm using them, like I said before, they don't affect the autofocus, and they're synthetic, so they're perfect for doing what I need. Acrylics and watercolours, wash thoroughly in soap and water, removing as much colour as possible, and reshape with your fingers. There you go. So perfect. Yeah, acrylics, watercolours, oils, temperas and glazes, it says. So perfect for what I need and what I use. But while I was in there, I thought I would just have a quick look to see what kind of journals and stuff they had in. Now, when I originally talked about doing my heroes and heroines, or heroines and heroes, the 2022 version of my rogues gallery, but this time including not rogues but heroes, but also including heroines this time. So actually doing ladies as well as gents. I'm doing one lady and one gent every month. I said I was going to use this journal, my Book of Bones, but I don't think it's really appropriate now that I've added the skull on the front, to put heroes and heroines in there. So this is only a I think it's a 5" by 5" journal. Actually, probably about 6" by 6". I think it's too small, and now that I've done that with the cover, with the resin pieces, which you saw in a video a couple of weeks ago, well before Christmas, last year time, I think it's a bit inappropriate to use that. So instead, I purchased one of these. It's exactly the same, except this is an 8" by 8". It's still got the ribbon closure, but it's still got all the craft card pages. There's far too many. I'm never going to fill all those for the heroes and heroines. But what I can do is I can remove those sheets to thin the journal down a bit, and because they're pretty much the same sort of size as that journal, I can transfer the pages into that just by putting some holes in. Or for my Mission Inspiration journal, which I'll be making a bit later on. So for the heroes and heroines, I'm going to be using this one. I can't decide whether to do it sideways on or whether to do it top fold. Yet to be decided, but I will be filming my first one to go out. Now, this is what you're going to be seeing this on Thursday, so probably you'll saw it last night on Wednesday. So I will film it to do it for next week Wednesday, which will be, don't ask me what day of the week it's going to be or what date. Don't know. I don't even know what date it is today, because that's just the way I roll at the moment. Kind of one day's blurring into another. Anyway, I'm starting to waffle, so I'm going to go now. Anyway, talk to you later. So, I've just been to see Mum and Dad. Had a phone call from Dad earlier this morning to say that he wanted to order a couple of things off eBay, but was struggling remembering his password and how to do it. Obviously, since his stroke, he's lost the ability to remember things like passwords, but also eBay have changed recently the way that the payments are done. Previously, you just linked your PayPal account and just did it, and it went straight through. You could just literally just click it and you do like a one-click payment kind of thing. Now they've changed it so that PayPal isn't like the default way to pay. So you've now got to specifically select PayPal to do it, and he can't remember because he hasn't done it that way before. It's all new, so it's not ingrained in his memory on how to do it. So just little silly things like that just makes him feel as though that he's not, he's not in as much control as he used to be. So I've just sat with him and gone through it and wrote it down, step by step kind of thing, what he needs to do to be able to order, and then reminded him that his password for eBay and his PayPal account, he has a book where he keeps things that he needs to remember. Although passwords are specifically written down as passwords, because you don't really want a book with all your passwords to all your accounts in. So we've done it in a way where it doesn't look like it's a password page, but he knows what it is. But to any casual kind of onlooker, if anybody broke in and stole his book, they wouldn't necessarily know what it was. So it just helps him try and do the things he used to do before his stroke. So anyway, so I sat with him and we ordered what he wanted to order, which was some concentrated ginger compound, so that he could make his own ginger wine, which is made ever since I was a little kid. He's always brewed and made his own ginger wine and ginger beer and ginger ale for mixing in whiskey and drinks and that kind of thing, and he's always done it using this ginger compound stuff. And we used the last bottle over Christmas, so he's obviously wanting to make some more, so which is good, because whenever he makes any, then I always grab a bottle as well. Because it's concentrate, it's like a cordial, because it's quite thick, about 3 times the thickness of what it normally should be. It's fantastic for adding in drinks and just adding soda water to and things like that, to make a nice refreshing drink. So yeah, I'm quite happy that he's doing that, because it means he's getting back into his interests again, and he started reading again, which is really, really good. So he got some books for Christmas. All we need now, hopefully, excuse the bumpiness, all we need now is for him to get back into his craft room, and see if we can try and entice him back into doing some of his leatherwork hobby, because that would then mean that he's almost like 99% back to how he was before the stroke. So, but you know, it all takes time.
Good morning everyone. We just got up, we're just about to go out with Mr. Bentley. As you can see behind me, the sun is coming up. It's going to be a lovely day today, a little bit nippy but a lovely day. He's got his new coat on and I have got my new Hong Kong Phooey t-shirt on, which I got from Mike for Christmas, one of my heroes as a child, and I shall wear this with pride when I take Bentley out this morning. It's a very nice coat he's got, but it looks a little bit big for him. It sticks out at the back, but it does keep his tummy warm, but it doesn't keep his shoulders warm like the old one did. But I think he likes it. He's not tried to take it off. In fact, it's positively helpful when I come to put it on. Well, Bentley's had a lovely run, haven't you, Bentley? I couldn't film him running because it was muddy and I was trying not to fall over while filming him, but you'll see from his back end, he's all covered in mud. You've had a lovely time, haven't you? With your friend Dexter. Oh, your best pal Dexter. I've just noticed while I'm walking around that the bulbs are starting to come up. It's very, very early, but it's very mild at the moment, so I think we should have some, that's the gate to the park, some flowers soon.
So I've just sat down to film my first Heroes and Heroines collage art journal page, only to find that I'd forgotten to charge my overhead camera up. I'm now going to have to wait for an entire hour for it to charge up. I suppose I could always do some tidying up. Look at that. There's just one drop of sunshine on that bed and you've got your head in it. Hey? What you like? Ickle monkey. Ickle monkey. Look at that look. It's alright, I'm not going to move you. Little baby. Just don't fall off the bed. Yeah. Oh, bless you. Yeah. Just don't fall off the bed because you're right near the end. Charles Marie Widot, opus number 5. It's Monday. Star date 22/10/01. 12:59. Just after lunch. And it's been a typical Monday today. Waded through mountains of emails, printed off website orders and that kind of stuff, parcels to pack up to get out, and general kind of admin day. Bit of a non-event. Ian drove through to Leeds this morning, did the 30-mile trip, only to find that place that he wanted to go to was shut, so he's had to come home again. Unforeseen circumstances, so he's gonna have to go back tomorrow. So we're just waving at Stan, so that's not good. And I've got to go and pick Mum's pills up tomorrow as well, so I'll have to wait till he comes back from Leeds to go and do that. And then I've got to help Dad figure out how to use his phone charger, because he's forgotten, and he phoned me earlier and he couldn't work out how to do it, so I'll have to go and show him that. The joys of growing older, eh? So why am I in the car, I hear you ask? Well, Ian's got cravings for pizza, and we don't have any in because it's not the sort of thing we have in the freezer. So I'm going down to our local supermarket to grab a couple. He likes his double pepperoni and chorizo with this stuffed crust, and I'm going to get the meat feast, which has got ham, spicy beef, pepperoni, but it's got a barbecue sauce stuffed crust, which I love. It's very nice. So, and we're also out of butter. So that's it really. That's the only reason I'm going out to the shops. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. Thank you.